Hey guys, Deftspider here. Just got this new game, Medieval Dynasty, and I've been playing it a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and start a new game, kind of start walking people through what's going on with it. So it'll go into the opening cutscene. I'll let y'all check that out real quick.
I used to have a simple life. Whatever needed doing around the farm, being the eldest son, it's tough. But at least we had a living, and our plates were never empty. Then, the war came. I lost everything overnight. The last thing I remember is Father pushing me away, yelling for me to run, to live. At first, I didn't know what to do. Then, I remembered. A story my mother once told me. A story about my uncle, Jordan. He made a modest fortune up north, in a peaceful valley, far away from the war. For weeks I held on to that thought, until the value of my mother's stories. I could see this is where I can start a new life.
Alright guys, welcome to the world of Medieval Dynasty. Now that we have the initial cutscene over, let's see, it's kind of loud so there wasn't too much feedback on there. Alright, so if you'll look at the top of the screen, you'll notice that we have a compass for directions. Of course there's various signs in the game. And in the center of the compass, that is your seasonal timer. So as you progress through the seasons, like right now we're in spring, it'll slowly move over, and then when it gets to the very bottom, it'll change seasons completely. So right here we're going to start collecting some sticks on our way in. You just hold E, and you can collect sticks from these larger tree or these smaller trees. You also want to look around and grab a couple of rocks as we go. You can also find sticks just laying on the ground like these, and you just press E one time to pick those up. The same way with the rocks. There's also stone, but we can't get that until we get a pickaxe. So, and that's a ways down the road. Alright, so we'll just keep running through here. Let's see here, see these are stones right here, or rocks actually. So we'll grab a couple of rocks because we're gonna need to make some items soon. And if you look to the right of the screen, you'll notice we have an initial quest. It says talk to the Castellan. Alright, so we should be in pretty good shape now. Alright, you can also hit Alt, which will put you in inspection mode. And this way you can see any collectibles around you, like mushrooms and various other plants. If you threw a spear or something, you can also see it. And this is where you initially step out in Castellan, as we head towards the first village. And you can see another one across the river. Here's the tutorial. We'll just go ahead and scroll through this really quick. Alright, so this is the map. Player icon is just an arrow, and then the various villages are listed. And then key players, or characters show up that you can talk to. And you're going to want to build rapport with these NPCs. Alright, and let's go ahead and head down to the village. And it's the first village that you come to. That's directly in front of you, and like I said, grab these mushrooms. In the spring, the only mushrooms that grow are edible ones. They give you back 1 food. And then you just hold shift to run. Let's see. And as you come down to this village, it'll be the Castellan will be here. His name's not Castellan though, so don't look for Castellan to be seen. But you can see the arrow on your compass, and that clearly marks usually and typically where he's at. You also see, eventually you'll notice gray ones, and those will be just quests you can pick up. And the pouches you see moving, those are vendors that you can buy seeds, tools, and things from if you want to. Alright, so he's just over here about to sit down on the bench, it looks like. And Unigost is his name. So this is the Castellan. We'll go ahead and talk to him. You can see various characters, or NPCs' age and approval rating. On the females, you can, once they get a certain approval rating, I want to say 70%, you can then start flirting with them and then make them your wife, and then, you know, start having kids and stuff. But you're going to want to wait to do that until you build your village. But you can go ahead and start talking to them to build your rapport or your approval rating up. Alright, so we're talking to him. He says, "Hey stranger, what brings you to our valley? You don't look like a merchant or a pilgrim." Your choices do matter as far as what you say, as far as much as people trust you or like you. So here we're going to select, "No, I am not. Rasimir is my name, and I came from the south looking for my uncle Lordon." In his old home they called him Lordon the Raftsman. And he says, "Lordon, ah yes, he once told me about his life on the river. You came to the right place, but a few years too late." "Why? What happened to my uncle?" "He was a great man and an even better friend. As a good craftsman and an excellent trader, he made a small fortune here. See the tavern over there? He built it, ran it, many of the shops in the valley. My mother told me that he got wealthy in the north. I had no idea how wealthy, but that doesn't answer my question." "Your uncle got himself killed, my friend. He had the idea of a huge trade with the German kingdom in the west. 5 carts filled with the best iron ore, beautiful colored linen, and our excellent beer. Pulled by 10 oxen. He was not fooling around, I can tell you that much. So what happened? How did he die?" "His trek got ambushed by bandits, his carters slaughtered. He must have put up a good fight, took 2 with him. When we searched for him, I buried him myself, or better, what the wolves left behind. I'm sorry to be the bearer of such news. My uncle's dead, his wealth is gone. I came all the way here for nothing." "Don't say that. I won't let a nephew of Lordon go to waste, even if most villages forgot fast what they owe your uncle. I have no intention to join them here. I'm the Castellan, and my word still carries weight. So tell me, can you build your own fortune?" "I can craft simple tools. I collect necessities from the wilderness. I know how to count and to barter." "Good enough. I may not have goods of gold to offer, but you can have as much land here as you want. Not sold, but granted to you for life. Build a house, grow vegetables, keep some livestock, and follow your uncle's dream." "Are you serious? My own land as much as I want." "As much as you put to good use, my boy, as long as you can pay your taxes." And we'll get to that later, taxes. I understand you. Do you have any advice for me to start with?" "You can cut down trees to build your house. Reed grows by the river. It will work well for a roof. Do you have some food with you?" "Not much." "If necessary, you'll find several vendors in our village. If you don't have any money for food, you can always look for mushrooms in the forest or hunt animals. Maybe I could earn some coins somehow." "Sure, you can talk to people here or in other villages. Maybe someone will pay for your help. Thank you so much for the advice. It's time for me to find the right place." He just gave us a wood hammer, which we can craft those too. And it's the hammer that our uncle used to build the house in which he grew old. Thank you very much. See you next time. And then we go into the tutorial. Y'all can pause this if you want to. You already know what's going on. Pretty much you just hit tab to access your menus. Left alt to access inspector mode. Q to access construction. Like you're going to build a house or more tools. And then we get our first quest, or our second quest, I guess, chapter 1, A New Beginning. So craft a stone axe, cut trees down, get 20 pieces of straw, and build our first house. So while we're over here, I'm going to go ahead and run down here to the river. And this is where you'll find your reed. And you can find it in various other places too, I'm sure, but this is where I always get mine. Just hold E to collect it. This is also where you can get water just from the river. You don't have to boil it or cook it or do anything with it like that. So we'll just snatch up 20 of this real quick. I'll say real quick. And we'll drink some water while we're here as well. And you get various amounts, anywhere from like 1 to 2 per reed. And as you can see, the resources slowly deplete as you gather them. And then to drink water, you just hold E. And your blue bar down on the left is your water. So we'll go from left to right. So green is stamina, red is health, orange is hunger, and then blue is your water. So now we can hold Alt. We should start seeing plants soon. No, I guess we need to level first. Alright. To level in this game, you just need to do anything and everything. So gather, craft, just, you know, cut down trees, set traps, gather berries. Like, I wouldn't gather berries right now, they're out of season. We'll gather them next season. These little brown mushrooms, you want to get those. That'll be your first source of food. You have a few pieces of food on you. And then we're just headed over here. This is where I want to build, is over this way. But you can build anywhere you want on the map, like he said. But I want to build over here just based on what I saw in my last gameplay. So keep on heading that way, and then we'll just build a house over here in a second. But you want to try to build on level ground, because I built back that way a little ways, but it was so mountainous that and the terrain was so rough you couldn't build on it hardly. But like, see here, it's nice and level and smoothed out. You should be able to build a lot of stuff in here. But you're gonna need a lot of space, because you're gonna need to set up farm plots, barns, shops, sewing, like a sower, a woodcraft area, a place to store food, and a resource storage building, and then a bunch of houses, because you're gonna want to hire NPCs, or not. You don't really hire them so much as you're gonna want to recruit NPCs. So I'm gonna build over here in this level ground, and then we can set up lumber mills and stuff in the forests. So like, see how level and pretty this is right here? This is where we're gonna set up. I'm gonna build my houses initially close to the river, just because I need water. And I think we're gonna start by these trees right here, because we can just cut those down as we need to. And I'm gonna probably not touch or build much over here just yet, because I don't want to mess up what's already there. Like you see here, you've got sticks all over the ground, rocks all over the ground, everything you could need. So let's see. So to get started, we'll just start right here, because there's not much on the ground. So you're gonna want to press Q, go to the top. Like, you can spin around, there's tons of stuff in here, traps and fires, fences, furniture. Most of it we can't build yet because we're too low level. You do crafting here to build your tools. You just click on what you want to build. Like, we'll go ahead and build the stone axe because we need to cut trees down. So you just left click on it, and there's our stone axe. Alright, and once we get logs, we can build spears, and we'll go ahead and build a skinny knife over here too, because we're going to need that to skin animals to get meat and hide. Alright, then Q again, and actually no, we're going to need to cut a tree down first. So you can hit Q and go like you're going to build a house, and you only get the first level one, but it'll tell you not enough resources. You're going to need 6 logs first. So what I do is I hit I to go to inventory, and I know I just built. Oh, so this took me to the tutorial. You can pause this video to read that if you wish. There's 2 parts at the bottom, Q and E, or click through it. Alright. We're going to hit escape, go back to our inventory screen. So I like to keep my stuff assigned. You have 8 hot slots to assign to. Right now my axe is in 1. I like to leave 1 for my spear. So if you want to, whatever slot you want to assign it to, just click on the tool or the weapon, and then just hit the associated number key. So in my case, I like my axe to be on 2. I like my wood hammer to be on 3, because you're going to need that to build the house. Torch is on 4 usually. If not, you just click on it and then you press F. It'll click or put it into the torch slot. Alright, so go ahead and select your axe, and we'll knock down a tree. So if you look in the lower right corner, you'll see that your axe's durability goes down as you cut trees. You can skill into it for it not to fall so fast, or that you can skill. There's so many things you can skill into, and we'll hit on that in just a moment. So you knock the tree down, then you hit it once, it'll skin all the limbs off of it and give you a bunch of sticks, and then you just pick up the logs. Or then you hit it again and you'll get logs, and then collect those. And you do have weight restrictions, so don't cut down like 1,000 trees and think you're gonna be able to carry them all back. But we'll go ahead and complete the quest as far. Like, I advise following the quest closely, or you're gonna have to build some stuff more than once. And if you do it fast enough, you'll get some stuff that you really need. I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but you'll get things you need for like winter and everything else. Alright, so we need to cut 5 trees down, so we're gonna do that real quick. We'll take a second. And again, the small ones around it, just hold E. You can collect sticks off those, and you'll get 2 to 3 sticks usually per. I find that's quicker than just picking them up off the ground. And we'll probably level up here in a second, so I'd like to level up so we can see what's laying on the ground around us. Because like this right here, these are feathers. You're going to want to save those so you can make arrows and stuff later. The trees drop like 1 to 2 piles of those, but they only give you 1 feather per. Alright, so you see our weight is now next to our hydration meter. Once you let that once that shows up, then you're overweight and you can't run or sprint. And the more full it gets, the slower you move. So you want to try to keep that, in my opinion, below 50% for max walk speed. If you go to your inventory and look right here, you can see your current weight. We can hold 35 pounds, and you can scale that up later. Currently sitting at 45, but once we build this house, it won't be an issue. So press Q, go to your building, go to houses, go to simple small house, and we'll just back up. I like mine to be as close to the road as possible just to save space. So press E, or not E, I'm sorry, E and Q rotate. So let me get it back into position. Left click to place it, and then you're going to want to select so your house frame goes up with your initial logs. Then press 3 to go to your hammer, and it shows you the upgrades you can do to the house to build it all the way. And once you build it all the way, it'll like add a door on, you'll get a cooking pot, beds, and a chest. And we'll go over that in a second. So you see the cost of it: 2 logs, 6 sticks for that wall. Same here. You can hit E to edit to put a wall with a window, solid walls, doors. We're just going to keep it standard on this one for now. And you just hit it with your hammer. And your hammer durability goes down, and you'll watch your resources go down as it adds them on. Now there are 3 parts on the house we're going to update. So if you look at the roof, it says thatch roof. So we're going to press E. And here you get 3 roof types. So you can do the thatch roof, a wooden roof, or the wooden tile roof. The difference is the wooden tile roof has more durability and heat retention. So we're going to go ahead and do that to all of the roof pieces, because it's only 7 logs. So it's almost the same price as just having a thatch roof. So why not go for the best, right? So there we go. So we got a wooden tile roof set up now. And then the next part is this eaves piece. Hold E on it, or not hold E, press E real quick, and you get 3 pieces here as well. And we're going to go do stone wall here, which is 4 rock, 1 log. And again, better durability and heat retention, because you want to keep your NPCs happy later on, because they're going to move into these houses. And then we'll just start building. And I will see y'all in a minute as soon as I finish this. We're cutting back over to this one, guys. So this is the last part of the house that we need to complete. There's 2 more logs, and bam, house is completed and the quest is done. So it might be hard to see. If you press F, you can pull your torch out, which looks really cool. And so the house is done. Just a basic what I call the tier 1 house. You just walk through the door, you don't have to press anything to walk in. Enough room for 3 people. You can sleep between the hours of 7 and 7, and it'll reset to the next day. I like to use as much time as possible in the seasons, so I work at night too. And this is where you can cook at once you get vegetables and meat. You look at the pot to cook, and you look at the fire to light it. And then when you complete the house, or any house, you get a chest to put stuff in. So we're going to go ahead and store some stuff just because weight is such an issue. So, quick way to do it, press F. It'll move it over. If it's more than 1, press F, then E for the max stack, and then F again. Your chest inside the house can hold 50 kilograms, and you can track that on the lower right corner of the chest itself. Same way to take stuff out, you'd press F, E, F again to get the full stack. Or you can just click through it if you want to, or if you want to move one item, you would use A and D. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and store all this stuff. Let's see, we'll store the logs. We're actually going to keep the logs for now because we're probably going to need those. We'll store the straw though. Alright, so let's see what our next quest is. If you see, I'm thirsty and hungry, so we'll go ahead and grab some water and some food. And then we'll do some leveling up too, because I've already I gained 2 levels while building the house. And 2 different things. One was in survival and one was in extraction. So that was from gathering mushrooms and gathering logs and trees. So here are more rail mushrooms. If you look down here, it says +1 food, and it gives you a description of it. So all you want to do with those, you can just press F and you'll eat them. And then you'll see that your hunger bar slowly goes up. And then we also started with these oat rolls, so we'll get to eat one of those too, because it gives back 45 plus 5 health. Alright, so now that we're a little bit sated, or sad, whatever that proper word is for that, fed. So the next quest is to set a rabbit trap, to make a wooden spear, to hunt a wild animal, and to survive for a season. And we'll try and get a bunch of other stuff done during that time frame. So to build your animal trap, press Q, go to Other on the right side of the wheel, click on Traps, lower right, and you'll have Rabbit Trap at the top left. And it'll be the only trap you have for a long time. And you can pretty much almost put this anywhere. From what I can tell, the rabbits will just come running to it. I like to try to keep it close to here, just so when I run back and forth I can see it and check it. And Q and E, you can rotate it. We'll just place it down. As long as you have the materials, it'll place. And then it'll be falling down and a rabbit will be inside once it catches something. And you just hold E to collect the rabbit. And then press E to reset the trap. And it has durability too, so you'll have to rebuild it every now and then. Alright, so we'll build a spear. Q to get to your crafting menu. Left side crafting. And then top left wooden spear. You can press R to craft multiple. I like to keep 1 or 2, like 2 on me, because you will lose them or break them. So we'll do an R and just hit E or click over, and then your guy will piddle with his hands to craft. And like I said, crafting, building, it'll level you up, so it's important. Alright, so we have spears now, so I'm going to inventory, click on my wooden spear. I'm going to put it on slot 1 just by pressing 1. Alright, and then we can hit 1 and it'll pull up the spear. Alright, so you can have torch or spear, you can have both. If you right click with the spear, you can throw it. It does have a lot of drop. It doesn't go very far at all. So far I've yet to be able to one-shot a deer with it. And it does occasionally get stuck in trees, but it will one-shot a rabbit, a fox, and a boar if you hit them in the head. Or if you hit the fox and the boar in the head, they'll die instantly. Rabbit, pretty much hit it anywhere and it'll die. So for the hunt a wild animal, we'll have to run around until we find rabbits, because they're the easier ones to hunt. I have found deer over here already, but there's usually a stack of rabbits over here on this side. I'm gonna get the torch out just so you can see a little bit more. And yeah, we're just pulling Elmer Fudd out here rabbit hunting. If they get in the trap, it does not count as hunting a wild animal. If you accept a certain quest called a challenge quest, they'll ask you. Some of them will ask you to go hunt. You'll need to go kill the animals, so be careful when you accept those. Make sure that you have enough spears and that you're ready. Alright, so let's see. And this is currently where I'm building, is right here. And when you start building stuff, it'll show up on the map. You also get quest indicators, and you can mouse wheel in and out. And we could have headed that way, I guess. There's rabbits over there as well. But I know for a fact, in the wintertime it's much easier to see the animals, obviously, because they're brown and small. So let's see here. Might cut this part of the video, and I'll come back to y'all in a minute, because it can take a while. While we're here, here are mushrooms again. So you just hold E and collect those. That's 2 food, and you'll need it, so when you see them, go ahead and grab them, because that's what's going to keep you alive initially. And in wintertime, you're not going to have any plants at all. So, like I said, make sure you stock up on everything that you think you're going to need. Because there's a good chance you won't have farm and crops grown by the time winter gets here. And again, these are berry bushes. You can gather those, but I'd wait until they're in season, when they're ripe. Because when you grab, if you harvest them now, they're going to say unripe berries. And if you eat those, you'll get poisoned, just like certain mushrooms will do you. And then you have to find some other, and there's some deer right here. Let me see, can y'all see those? No. And they'll run from you when you get too close. But yeah, so we're pretty much just going to be hunting rabbit, and I'll be back in a minute. Alright guys, and here we are, we're back again. I finally found us a rabbit. You're probably not going to be able to see him. Let me see if I get closer to him. So this is what your rabbits look like right here. The little brown furry creatures, of course, like you'd expect. Sorry it's so dark. Let me see if I can get the torch out for you. And they're easy to lose in the underbrush, especially at night. But over here by this waterfall, there's usually 2 or 3 of them running around. If you stay still for a second, usually you'll see movement. And yeah, see, there he goes. So the best way to kill them, like I said, is with a spear, and just like wait. Eventually they'll stop moving. Let's see, where did he go? There he goes. So just give it time. Try to keep track of them. It's kind of hard to see with the torch out because it like takes your night vision away. It's almost too real. And it's a lot easier to hunt them during the day. They do eventually stop moving though, and that's usually what you want to wait for. When they stop running, then you can just spear them. I've already been fortunate enough to run into a wolf. If you notice, my hit points are low. I did not kill it. I ran inside a house and then it ran away. But I did kill 3 boar just to start skilling up my hunting. So let's see, there were 2 or 3 of them around here. But yeah, like I said, nighttime's hard just to see them. But they appear to spawn roughly in the same place. So if y'all get to looking for rabbits, I'm right here below Denica. And you'll find like a little creek, and it's coming from a waterfall. And there's usually 2 to 3 rabbits around this, which is why I ran over here. But yeah, once you see that waterfall, then you should see 2 or 3 of the rabbits running around in here. You might have to run around a little bit to find them. Sometimes they'll get stuck like down here in the rocks, or they'll cross the river and go up that hill. So let's see here. Well, I'd like for the sun to come up, that'd be nice. Well, I suppose while we're waiting to find rabbits, or for some more light so we can see them easier, usually I just run around or run back and forth, and I eventually find them again. But we can go ahead and go over this since I leveled. So you hit tab to come here. You can see your journal. This will be your quests. To activate the one that's actively being tracked, you just select it and then press F. And then from here, you of course go to map management to manage your village and all your people, which we don't have to worry about for a while. But it will tell you how much taxes you'll owe, and that's based on building size, like how many buildings you have, how big they are, farms and stuff like that. So skills, you know, again, menu, pause it if you want to read this. Alright, so this is the skill menu, and these buttons above it are tabs. So there's a lot of stuff to skill up, and it's all based on doing the specific actions related to that skill tree. So like this one is extraction, so obviously mining, wood cutting, things like that will get you points into there. Right now, based on our level, we can get miner, which 5% faster mining and digging, or woodcutter, 5% faster logging, and extraction knowledge, plus 1 more skill point from extraction activities. So that's the one I'm going to go for because it doesn't take that long to cut trees down. So I'm going to do that just so I can level faster. Hunting knowledge, you know, like I said, that's going to be from hunting animals and trapping them, typically. So on here, survival, which is gathering and fishing. So survival knowledge, just +1 skill point again. And sensitive will be 2 degrees, better temperature tolerance. Iron liver, 15% bigger resistance to poisoning, which I don't worry about. I just don't eat things that poison me. Survival sense is one you're going to want as soon as you can get it, because it allows you to see mushrooms, feathers, and herbs in inspector mode. So for now, we'll just do into survival knowledge so we can level up faster. And see, now that unlocks this tier. So our next point will go into survival sense. And from there, I usually like to go into survival list for 10% slower loss of food and water. Now later on, as you build and gather, hunt, fish, and craft, you're going to slowly, under your technology tree, start filling these things out as you get points. And so for like right here, resource storage, once we get so many points, we'll be able to build a resource storage building. And then some more points, we'll be able to buy the recipe to make shovels. So you need to pay attention to that. It's very important when you get like crafting. So once you get to a certain level, you'll be able to sew and then buy all these recipes. Same thing for like farming. When you get to barn, you can make flour, but you have to buy the recipes here. So you'll need gold. Alright. And then we'll get back to rabbit hunting now. Alright, and we're back on the trail of a rabbit again. It's daytime. Yep, there he is. So we're going to see if we can't get him to stop moving and secure us a kill for a rabbit and hunt an animal for the quest. See, he stopped moving. Don't get too close. Oh, and I missed. So don't wait too long on that either. And my spear broke, so I'm down to my last one. Alright, so yep, we got him. And see, there's a fox there. If you hit them and don't kill them in one shot, they will attack you, but they'll move really, really slowly while they try to attack you. So you'll be able to kill them. If you break or run out of spears, you can use anything that you have on you as a weapon. So your your stone knives, axes, whatever you got, just hit them with that. 2 shots usually finish them off pretty easy. Now we're not going to worry about him right now because, well, you'll get a quest later. Spoiler alert. And yeah, we'll have to go hunt them then. So we'll just about that. We'll grab a couple mushrooms really quickly, and then I'm gonna head back across the map because we have some quests to pick up. So okay, so we've made it back to Gostovia, the first village that you come to. If you see on the compass at the top, there's a quest available up here. We'll go ahead and run up there and accept that really quick. Say that, where's he at? Looks like he's moving. Who is... Okay, here we go. So this is a good quest to get right off the bat. Hi, my name is Rasimir. Hey, I'm Alwyn. I don't recognize you. You're new here. I came in from the south looking for a new place for myself. Well, good luck. Continue. Every day I cultivate fields. In fact, I do the same thing every day, year to year. Doesn't it bore you? If I were you, I would die of boredom. Of course it bores me. How long can you do the same thing over and over again? Family needs my help. Do my best. Did I offend you? Sorry. It's fine. But my scythe broke. It takes longer to harvest crops. Think I know how to help you with this? I'll be back soon. So for his quest, he's going to, if you hit J to go to journal, it'll be Alwyn's story, and he wants 1 stick. So we'll just go ahead and give that back to him because we have some on us. Here, use this as a new handle. Are you joking? Am I supposed to use that? Give me your scythe, I'll show you. I know to create simple things. You never know something will be handy, or I won't put itself. Right, and dialogue. And then it updates. It says wait for the next day before we can do anything else. So we'll go talk to the Castellan again, because he has a question mark on him for us. So here's Unighost. They wander around the village, so you sometimes have to look for them. You can hit M and it'll show up too. He's asking us how life's treating us. Not bad. I've got my own house. I'm not starving. We're picking up hunting and killing stuff. There's no laws against hunting. You can kill whatever you want to. And we can earn some goods, so some coins. So fellow hunter of yours called Sambor, living in the lodge on his own. He doesn't like me much, and he is a loner. Drop some remarks about bands of wolves that could become a problem. Find out what he knows, and I will reward you. Alright, I'll try to talk to him. So that quest updated. If you hit M again, you'll see up here that they want us to run over here. And I'm going to hold off on that for now. Because if you wait on Alwyn, he'll eventually have a quest where you run over there as well. We could go ahead and do that, and I would kind of recommend doing it. It helps a lot. You do get good things from the quest, like money, seeds, and other things, because seeds are expensive. And yeah, that's pretty much it for probably for episode 1 for now. I will give you one good tip before I sign off, and that is to make gold. What you're gonna want to do initially, in my opinion, the best way to make gold, you get 21 gold per stone knife that you make, and you can sell that to any vendor. They all have 1,000 gold on them. And so what I do is I collect a bunch of sticks, a bunch of rocks. I make like 9 or 10 and sell them 9 or 10 at a time, and you'll have a bunch of gold in no time, so you can afford to buy seeds. And then you'll be able to make meat and actual decent food a lot quicker, instead of being at the mercy of gathering mushrooms and berries to survive off of. Because as you can see, that can be very time consuming when it's only 1 food per. And like berries, even when they're in season, they give 1 water and only half a food point. And then if anybody else is also looking for clay by chance, if you've made it that far and have a shovel, if you come over here, this is clay, just so you know. It'll say clay deposit, shovel required. Looks like some mud. And on the map, it's just located right here to the west of Gustovia. Alright, and yeah, that'll be it for now. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, just leave them down below. And I will get to those as soon as I can. Yeah, see, the spear's like rough, because it's not super accurate. But yeah, if you don't mind, like, subscribe, and let me know how I'm doing. If you got any advice, tips, or you know, just like the channel, check out some of the other games that I'm playing. They'll be on there as well. I also stream on Twitch most days and nights. Thanks for checking out the channel, and you have a great day.